What's up, boys, girls, and everything in between? This is Comrade Raptor Pat, and fuck, I've been drinking. Oh, no, I haven't been drinking, you've been drinking. Let's continue where we left off. Let's see, last time I was ranting about the concept of liberalism or something. Just, I should actually, I know this is, like, way late, but I should build one of those. Also, we need more drones, because I'm not gathering Vespane at the rate that I would like to. So look at that, we got ourselves a nice little economy going on here. It's pretty fun, I think. Move these guys down here. Get me more Vespin grass. Sorry. I'm being a little weird. Anyway, so let's see, shit, what should we talk about today? So last time we were kind of bashing on the conservatives for their lack of progressivism and un-American attitudes. That's fine. The time before that, that's a siege tank. Alright, good to know. Good to know. The time before that, I was defending conservatives against liberals. And if you want to know the truth, really, to me, my entire framework for how I interact with other people is actually based on the idea that all life has intrinsic value. We live, we do our crazy things, humans have all sorts of goofy idiosyncrasies. We're a race of just insanity, really. But it's beautiful in its own way. Isn't it interesting to interact with someone and be like, that person has a deep story. They've lived this life for however long they have. And that's its own story. They are the hero of their story. And once you kind of understand that, you start to, I don't know, enjoy, understand, have love for other people. Once you believe that those people have intrinsic value in and of themselves. It's a beautiful concept. It's very difficult to really pass on to anyone, so to speak. You can't teach it, in other words. I mean, you can teach it if you just do a lot of pot, I guess. Because pot will give you that understanding. Which is interesting. This is brutal. We're taking lots of casualties. They have a crap ton of that. Okay. That did not work. Consolidate your asses. So the enemy has a crap ton of siege tanks around wherever the fuck that is. Why? Not sure, but that's not the way I want to go. Anyway. So one of my driving forces in my life is the idea that all human life is valuable. Regardless of who it is, where they come from, doesn't matter. Maybe that's my kind of traditional Utah upbringing. You say what you want about Utah. People here are generally pretty fucking nice. There's a deeper undercurrent that you won't get unless you're from Utah. But Utahns are pretty nice. Mostly because they see everyone as a potential Mormon to be converted. Sorry, I got a little bit sick yesterday. I'm recovering today, so I'm just kind of hanging out at home. Doing things that should not be done while one is sick. But don't worry about it, I'm fine. I'm not tougher than a lot of people give me credit for, it seems. That's fine. So, I like to think of people as being valuable. People as being... I believe that there are many bad people in this world, for sure. Oh my god, you can't watch any news program without believing that. Um, but at the same time, I like to think of civilization as a cooperative effort rather than a competitive effort. I think that's one of the defining features of my personal philosophy on existence, is that we are here to cooperate. We are here to work together and build a great nation, a great people, a great world for ourselves, for our descendants. A world free of hate and misery. And I know that's a bit utopian in my thinking, which it is. I readily agree to that. Let's fall back, shall we? Well, we destroyed a bunch of stuff. Works for me. It's almost like I've got a lot of resources and can just keep doing things. That's cool. There's a quote that I really like by a man named Peter Kropotkin that says, "The law of the jungle is competition. The law of civilization is cooperation. We are here to work together to build a world that is good. Why can't we do that? Why do we resist this idea and believe that all people are evil, that greed is the normal condition of mankind when it is not?" Perhaps I'm just a bit of a die-hard Christian in that way. Perhaps I am. Because I am. I'm actually a very religious person. In a strange way, and I'm a terrible Christian. Or, as I like to say, I am not the best Christian. Because I'm not. Lord knows I'm not, and I tend to be a skeptic, so I have a lot of friends who are atheists, and I'm cool with that. I love to learn why people believe the way they do, and I understand in a sort of deep way why someone would be atheist, because the world is governed by natural laws. It simply is. And for someone to deny true scientific research on the basis of that's not in the Bible is absurd to me. Now, I'm not a specific Christian religion. I'm not. Because I haven't found one that really fits my beliefs. But that's okay. I go to all sorts of different churches and faiths. That is not what I wanted to build, but alright, we'll just have more mutalisks. I wanted hydralisks. Because to me, mankind is here to cooperate. We're here to build a better world for ourselves and our posterity. Does that sound familiar to any of you? Maybe I'm quoting the fucking Constitution of the United States. You see what I mean, though. That we are here to build a world of cooperation, a world where all men are created equal. All men and women. I mean men in that case as both a quote and on the understanding that I mean just humanity in a general sense. Humanity. I would consider myself fairly progressive in that I believe that society could do better. We simply can. We just choose not to. But I believe that a sense of cooperation, a sense of unification of mankind is something that should not be dismissed or overlooked. I'm gonna see what these fucking guys can do. Just break them now. Oh my god, they have so many Marines, it's not even funny. Now at least I can just replenish my guys. Screw it. Anyway. 3 at a time. Aw, yeah. But I'm all for the cooperation of man. I want to work together with other people. I want to make this world a better place. I really do. It is kind of a driving force in my life. Not saying I'm perfect or even really all that good of a person. I'm not. I screw up a lot. I do a lot of unsavory things. I drink too much, I would say. And I tend to be very critical of people. I tend to be kind of a dick. If I'm to be honest, that if we work together as a civilization, as a species, no holds barred, no, I don't know, no competition between existing and not existing. What an absurd concept, that some people deserve more life than other people. We are here as humans to live and to work and to grow and to learn. Oh my god, our capacity for learning is unparalleled in the world, which is one of the arguments I've seen in favor of religion, is that a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, apes evolved from us. Okay, cool. We evolved from apes. Sorry, I worded that wrong. But at the same time, so we're animals, I get it, but we are so far beyond. The smartest ape in the world, like that Coco or whatever, that can do sign language, is as dumb as like an average 5-year-old. That ape cannot contemplate the abstract concepts of being alive. That ape could never write a story like Di Inferno. Like anything written by Dostoevsky. I'm a huge fan of Dostoevsky, by the way. But the smartest ape could never contemplate even fathoming the idea of a world as complex as that which Dostoevsky creates, say in Crime and Punishment, let alone in The Brothers Karamazov. These are complicated topics that Jesus, like, the sheer amount of thought and cognitive ability that needs to go into such a thing is mind-boggling. I'm a little bit of an amateur writer. I like to write little stories, flash fiction, and things like that. And even I, as what I would consider not a stupid person, I'm educated and well-read. By layman's standards. But if you start comparing me to something like Dostoevsky, I couldn't recreate his world. Are you kidding? I am not nearly that intelligent, and yet that is a person that lived. Fyodor Dostoevsky created such a realistic and understandable world for our species to get into. And then to say that an ape is equal to him? Not by a long shot, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but the smartest ape you've ever worked with is an idiot compared to even an average 10-year-old. Even an American average 10-year-old is smarter than the smartest ape. Because a 10-year-old can abstract. A 10-year-old can understand concepts that are entirely foreign to something like an ape. Can an ape comprehend creating a religion? Let's assume, real quick, that religion is made up. Let's go off of that. And I'm going to go there. Sorry, theists that are watching, I am very much a theist. I am very much a skeptic as well. So, do you believe that an ape could ever understand the concepts of creating a fantasy universe in the vein of Tolkien? I can't even do that. And again, I'm not a genius, but I'm not dumb. And I can't do that. that's so complicated and so much in depth with a mixture of of mythology and religion. The Silmarillion is a beautiful novel. It's got aspects from Paradise Lost, which is one of my favorite poems of all time. I love epic poetry, personally. I really enjoy it. But to be like, yeah, an ape could understand the intricacies of creating a world based on religion and on mythology and on, like, it goes on and on. It's maddening. It is almost maddening to try and comprehend the types of things that have been created in our world. It is almost painfully maddening to try and comprehend the intricacies of the planet in which we live. It's amazing. It's amazing and it's beautiful and I love it. And yet so many people just choose not to read books. I'm sorry, but if you don't read books, I think you're an idiot. I just don't have respect for you in a basic sense. That's the simple fact of the matter. And I'm sorry if that's rude. I'm sorry if you're like, oh, I don't read books, but I'm not dumb. I do think you're dumb. That is my genuine opinion of you. Especially if you're proud of the fact that you don't read books. I have hundreds of books in my house. Hundreds. I haven't read all of them because I'm terrible at procrastinating. But one must seek to understand the world in which they live, and books are the way to do that. That's the way that you can start to comprehend the deeper understanding of being a human and what that in and of itself means. What is it to be a human? That's where you get into things like Dostoevsky, of course. But anyway, I'm sorry. I've rambled a lot, and I think we're probably about at the end stage, aren't we? I should probably build up another bit of... Nah, let's just have a crap ton of Hydralisks. We'll burn through them eventually. I'm willing to take casualties with my Zerg. Again, like we've discussed. I tend to be less understanding of my Zerg than of my Terrans. But that's okay. So anyway, I think that's probably about time, isn't it? I don't know. Did anyone learn anything? Is anyone even watching this? It's fine if you don't. I actually don't care. I'm not here to make money. I'm not a commodity of myself. I'm here to play a video game and maybe entertain some people, you know? That's all I care about. Is that somebody watches this and goes, oh yeah, no, that was fun. That was interesting. Alright, cool. Then I've done my job, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, so I think that we're going to call it here. We're starting to defeat the Terrans. The Terrans. Oh, wait a second. That's a city. Oops. Get somebody pissed off at me. Anyway, so we're defeating those guys, whoever they are. Coo-coo-coo-ca-choo. And I think that should call us for today. You all have a great Monday. and I'll see you next time.